with Richard Gorelick.
And Amanda Krotke.
Join us here every Thursday at 12:30 to talk about everything food-related in Baltimore. We are brought to you by Santoni's Marketplace and Catering. Don't miss out on Pit Beef Saturdays at Santoni's. Every Saturday from 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Santoni's in Glendon will be cooking up mouthwatering pit beef and turkey. Plus, swing into the marketplace for gourmet sides and delicious freshly made desserts. Visit santonis.com.
Where's our new sponsor sound effect button?
What's this going to sound like? Grilling
new
pit beef?
sponsor.
I want to talk to you about Pittsburgh. I mean,
been a week. It hasn't even been a week.
It hasn't been a week. It's been a very, very long week. Yeah. And I know it doesn't seem like it belongs on a food show, but it actually does, because you recently spoke to Zahav chef Michael Solomonov, right, and he is from Pittsburgh.
Right. People think Michael's Israeli.
Well, he is Israeli.
He is born in Israel, but grew up. Look how handsome he is.
He's a very handsome dude.
Grew up in Pittsburgh, in the Squirrel Hill neighborhood. Yes,
exactly, which is where Saturday's incident took place.
And he and I talked about Squirrel Hill, and which then, when he was growing up and when I was in school there, so we're talking circa 1980, and now is a Jewish enclave, unlike anything in Baltimore, really, because it's still in the city confines.
Right. It's gorgeous.
It's beautiful, too. And, when I was there, and still now, there are a lot of delis, a great bagel place, like an authentic bagel place.
Bagels.
And it felt like something. It felt like you were in a Jewish enclave. Of course, not entirely. I mean, as it's been pointed out in many articles, there are lots of... It's a diverse neighborhood now, especially, and culinarily diverse. But it felt pretty special there.
Yeah.
In Pittsburgh.
No, it's definitely got a sense of community. So what did the two of you talk about besides that? I know he compared Baltimore to Pittsburgh, right?
We talked about how Pittsburgh is certainly emerging as a food town, and people go up there with the intention of having a great food weekend, and do have it. Even maybe more so than Baltimore. Baltimore suffers always from being so close to D.C. and Philadelphia.
And Philly.
But Pittsburgh is its own thing, and if you move to Pittsburgh, or if you're from Pittsburgh and you really want to make an impact, you can do it there. So
yes,
John Hauser wrote to us that he went to this marvelous Argentinian restaurant and waited in a line for 2 hours to get seated.
Wow.
And there's a lot of excitement about food in
Hauser,
Pittsburgh.
where's that? Tell us. Yeah, so, everyone knows Primanti Brothers, of course, and we do have a couple local-ish Primanti Brothers, too. There's one, on the way to Harrisburg. Primanti Brothers is famous because they're the ones who originated the fries on the sandwich.
Yeah.
And they use a really nice, thick bread, and, they put the coleslaw is really good. Their sandwiches are fantastic. It's a chain place, but there's also the Strip, which is such a culinary, cultural, historic spot. It's full of ethnic markets, food stalls, Wooley's Fish Market, which is fantastic. You can go in there and get a fish sandwich, right there. You can get sushi right there. So, yes, Pittsburgh is the place to go eat. We should clarify, of course, that Solomonov's restaurants are in Philly.
Good clarification.
And you probably know him because of Zahav, which everyone knows is impossible to get a reservation for. But here's a tip: you can just go sit at the bar. That's what I usually do. And Goldie's and Dizengoff.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, Michael. And I think it's worth a trip to Philadelphia for people to take.
Oh, you have to go.
Yeah.
And actually, 4 or 5 of his restaurants are all on the same street, Sansom. So you can just do a food tour. I've done it.
Do you want to hold up the magazine again?
So this is Solomonov, and he's fantastic. He's going to be in town for an event.
For the Associated.
Yes. You can read the article online at jmoreliving.com, and our new issue, our food issue, is out today. It's out on stands.
Still tickets left for the Associated. Some other chefs are going to be there for.
Yeah, a lot of Molly Ye, who's a food blogger who's super popular.
Joe Nathan is coming.
And
a young man who's a chef at one of Michael's restaurants.
Right.
But who's from the Orthodox community in Baltimore.
It's also very interesting. No, this is all very great. So you tell us where you go in Pittsburgh when you go there to eat, and also if you don't go, it's a good time for a trip. Go support. There are restaurants in Shady Side, which is right next to Square Hill. It's great.
And Pamela's pancakes are a thing.
I don't know about Pamela's pancakes.
Oh my gosh, they're just so special, and they're hard to describe how buttery and crispy they are. But if you've had one, no other pancakes will really do. But they've expanded so much. I think there are about 4 or 5 Pamelas now, including one in the Strip.
Oh, really?
One in Shady Side. The original one was in Squirrel Hill, though.
Oh, okay. That's good. Okay, Hauser says it's called Gaucho.
Gaucho.
And it was 1 hour. I'd never wait 2 hours for any food.
I'm
sorry.
so sorry.
Sorry, Hauser.
I'm telling stories about you.
I also have a favorite spot. It's Piccolo Forno, and that's in Lawrenceville. Lawrenceville is like a very up-and-coming area that's been gentrified and just has like tons and tons of really good cafes.
Yeah, sorry. I hope no one thinks we're trivializing what happened.
No,
Pittsburgh's on our mind, and a lot of people love that city. The rivalry with the Steelers is inane and annoying.
I agree 100%.
And people that feel that their dislike of some Pittsburgh Steeler professional athletes translates to their feelings for the people that live in that city. That is beyond dumb and so obnoxious. And I don't think I can tolerate that kind of stuff anymore. It's really so offensive that people would, even like Yankee fans. It's just so dumb.
It's awful.
There's so many things that are worthy of your hatred and your anger. What sports team people root for is not at all. So that's
okay.
I feel really strongly.
Yeah,
about
you do.
that. People get really ugly and stupid about it. It's dumb.
We can also note that the Steelers coach lives really close to where the incident took place, and they had a moment of silence before their Sunday game, and the Penguins had added a Star of David on their uniform, which was actually really nice. Cool. All right, let's switch gears.
Yes.
You guys keep telling us about your Pittsburgh thoughts. Hello, Mignon. Your mommy's here.
Oh, thank goodness.
All right. So, Halloween. Did you have a good night?
No, nothing Halloween related.
You didn't do anything Halloween related?
I was in on the 8th floor, so we don't get trick-or-treaters in our building.
Good point.
I watched The Stepford Wives on Amazon Prime.
No.
The original one.
That's a good one.
It's a really good
No,
movie.
it is good. It's creepy.
It's not Halloween related, but it's a good movie.
I watched the Halloween. Bless you. The Michael Myers marathon. So I ended up with like 4 or 5 and then something else. And like I was like, how come I don't know the backstory? And how am I can't follow this. I can't follow that.
But you can do scary? I can't do
well,
scary.
in that setting I could. Like there were kids coming and going. And so anyway, though, where do you stand on the candy corn camp?
Pro candy corn.
Really?
But like a lot of people who do
People
like candy
really
corn,
don't
a little
like
bit
it.
goes a long way.
It's very divisive.
It gives me a stomach ache, but it's supposed to be kind of nasty. I mean,
it's just sugar.
It's just sugar.
Do you like the
Corn
Indian? Do they still call it Indian candy corn, or does it have a new name? Is it like multi-culti candy corn? It's the one that's got like a brown strip, so it goes brown, orange, yellow, white. Yeah, I like it too because it gives you like more variety.
I do like that. And do you eat them like nibble at them like?
Yeah, like I usually take the white one piece off first. Yeah.
Pro candy corn. People get very animated about their feelings about candy corn.
Well, it's just so sweet. So, I had a whole variety of candy. I actually have 2 bags left over because I didn't get the deluge I thought I was going to get. But at one point I had some Tootsie Pops, and one little boy explained to his younger brother what you do with a Tootsie Pop. He was like breaking it down. He had some serious knowledge that he was dropping on his brother. He was like, there's a big chocolate glob in the center, but you have to work to get to it, and you want to lick. Like he just went into it.
Instilling values in his younger brother.
It was pretty precious.
Beautiful.
It was great. All right. So what do you serve on a scary movie night if you're having friends over?
You had some great ideas. My only idea was really garlicky hummus.
To keep the vampires away. You got to do that. Mm-hmm. I did have a little vampire come to the door, but he didn't have fangs or anything, so I didn't know that's what he was. So I wanted people to be able to graze because I knew we would be up and down a lot. So I did just like this insane cheese board, and I did some flatbread. But for a sit-down thing, I would want like a stuffed squash, maybe some pumpkin soup. You guys tell us what you ate last night, or if you're doing weekend events, what you're gonna eat. What's a good seasonal dish for Halloween? You know, I had spice cider, of course, because you kind of need to while you're sitting there watching scary movies. So, if you just got here, you're watching This Week in Baltimore Eating with Richard Gorelick. Like, share, comment, and follow us at hashtag Jmore Eating. New music sounds. We are brought to you by Santoni's Marketplace and Catering in Glendon. Swing into the marketplace for gourmet sides and deliciously freshly made desserts. Delicious freshly made desserts. For more information, go to santonis.com. What's new in openings and closings, dude?
Well...
There's some stuff.
Yeah. AJ's Deli is open in the Mount Vernon Marketplace.
Okay.
So, if you've been thinking you want a pastrami sandwich...
I wasn't really thinking, but somebody probably
or
was.
a bologna sandwich or whitefish,
Yeah.
and you live in Mount Vernon or, around there, now you have a place to go to. People talk about delis a lot. We talk about delis a lot here now, about how they're not delis. Alan Morstein is AJ. That's... AJ's Deli is a former owner or the owner of the Bygone Reggie's. Recently
Reggie's. Pour one out.
But Alan's done deli before, and he's serious about it. He is so proud of having procured black and white cookies fresh before they were even hit the street. They were pre-street black and white cookies.
So they're not pre-packaged?
They were individually wrapped, but they weren't labeled yet.
Oh.
But he said that he gets them from the supplier directly, and he got them from a batch that was headed to the street. Or to the markets. I wasn't sure exactly what he meant, but he was really proud of having...
I like a fresh black and white. Big question, though.
Yeah.
Will there be pickles?
There are pickles.
And are they good? Glenn needs to know. I'm asking for Glenn.
And here's the thing.
Looking out for you, buddy.
Very important.
Pickle came with a sandwich without asking.
Oh, a full one or just like a cut, like a spear?
2 spears.
Okay, and it was crunchy and
Yes.
everything it needed to be?
Nice and sour.
All right. Backtracking a second. Hauser says you can use candy corn to make fangs. It's its own costume. Yes, and that's what that little vampire should have done. Oh, I didn't have any candy corn though, so he couldn't have. Okay, what else opened or closed?
Let's see. Oh. You know the place, the old Lost City Diner has a new tenant.
Finally.
And it's not a diner. It's not
No,
a diner.
don't
It's a
call it
burger
that.
joint. It's a burger joint that is in the setting of a diner. I don't even know what they're calling it, but
Burger joint. How about
burger
that?
joint, but even the name of the place, I keep
It's
forgetting.
not still Lost
It's not
City.
Lost City Diner. It's something at Lost City Diner.
Oh.
But it's real good. Everyone should go. We've got great burgers there and really good onion rings. And I think they started serving milkshakes too.
Oh, good.
But
Thick
it's
ones with the silver
Don't know.
container that you can have, so
Don't
you
know,
get like.
but it's a limited menu. About 10 sandwiches, including burgers, and onion rings and French fries. And that's it. But really well managed place. That's the other place. I'll get the name of it in a second, but it's where the old Lost City Diner was.
Yeah, and we're always in favor of improvements in that spot.
Boathouse
and
Canton
yes,
closed
I know.
suddenly.
This seems a little shocking to people.
You're not so shocking.
No, but do we
Yeah.
know what the story is?
Don't know. I know they were really hard hit by the
Oh,
immigration thing. When
oh, right. Did they get? Are they among the ones who got? Yeah.
yep.
Oh, that's a problem, people. We need everyone here to do everything. Just so you know, they're not taking your jobs. I promise. And then what else?
They closed
What's
without
this?
notice? People are upset on behalf of their employees that the employees weren't given any notice.
Okay, so that's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's too bad. Richard's microphone keeps messing up. He's in trouble right now. So
I don't know why.
I don't know. Maybe just take it loose and just like sing with it or something.
Gravity.
So what's this brasserie that you were telling me about?
I thought you were telling me about that.
No, you were telling me about L'Eau de Vie Organic Brasserie. I don't know about this. You said it. Didn't you say it?
You put it there.
Oh, well, anyway, there's a new eatery in the former Inn at the Black Olive space, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the grand opening
You're talking
is
the
Saturday.
Inn at the Black Olive, not the Black Olive
No,
restaurant.
Inn at the Black Olive.
Right.
Right.
There was always a restaurant space there. There's one up and one down. This is called L'Eau de Vie. Water of
L'Eau
Life
de
Organic
Vie.
Brasserie.
L'Eau de Vie. Sure.
All right.
I'll go with that. All right. So
Belvedere Square's Chili Fest is Saturday at 1 p.m.
I like chili.
And a benefit for Baltimore Station, the annual Stars, Stripes, and Chow Chili Edition is Saturday also from 1 to 5. If you look up Baltimore Station on Facebook, you'll find information about that. What did you hear about our buddies Doug Wenzel and Ben Leffenfeld?
Yeah, I was hoping you knew about this because I only heard about it briefly. But our buddies, Chef Doug Wetzel from Gertrude's and Ben Leffenfeld from next door at La Cuchara, are going to go head-to-head on November 6th at the Outpost American Tavern. I don't know more than that, but it's going to be some sort of delicious battle.
Will we be back before then?
November 6th is maybe next... Oh, no. Thank you. It's election day, duh. So, anyway.
Look it up online. Doug Wetzel, Ben Leffenfeld, Outpost American Tavern.
Okay.
You can Google that.
You can Google. Stephanie Gertler's giving somebody a thumbs up. Okay. Thanks,
Hi.
Stephanie. Hi. As we mentioned earlier, our bangin' new November issue is out now on stands. It just happens to be the food lovers issue, which is good because we both really love food.
Yes.
Highlights include the aforementioned Richard's Michael Solomonov interview, which you gotta check out. It's fantastic. There's a rundown of favorite Baltimore spots downtown and elsewhere, and recipes from some Baltimore chefs, plus Thanksgiving recipes, because it's time to start thinking about that. We'll probably talk about that next week. Grab your copy at any of 100 locations around town. See it online at jmoreliving.com. Is there anything else you need to say?
Well, yeah. 2 nights ago in our house, the idea of a hot fudge sundae popped into our heads. So we started looking for them. And it's pretty hard to find a restaurant that serves
Are you serious?
Yeah, because they'll serve very few serve even sundaes, but even those serve chocolate syrup, but not hot fudge. Because hot fudge, if you think about it, you'd have to have a constant warm supply of hot fudge.
Okay, what about the Charmery?
Restaurants.
Oh, you need a restaurant, something old school, some diners.
That's what I want to
Somebody
hear.
tell us where there's a hot fudge sundae, for goodness sakes. Hauser says he's
But make sure you're right. It's been happening a lot lately. People say... Lately, this place has it, and it turns out that they don't have it. That what they have is a sundae with chocolate syrup. Make sure when you're replying on a neighborhood Facebook group for information that you know what you're talking about. This happens all the time.
What was the latest topic?
Hot fudge sundae. Well, I'm sure this place has it.
Oh,
they're closed.
Your mama just had one at Papa's.
She did?
Yeah.
Hot fudge?
Hot fudge, mignon?
Or chocolate.
She says just had a great one at Papa's.
All right. She wins.
Well, maybe the peppermill has one. You know I love that peppermill. All right.
Fudge sundaes.
Don't write unreal truths.
Make sure you know what. Don't say, I think this place used to have one. Make sure it is currently on the menu before you give information on not here, but on a neighborhood.
Yeah, check your
Facebook.
facts, people.
Check your facts.
Be diligent. Yeah, Mignon says yes.
Okay.
Hauser says he's a judge for that. I think he was probably talking about the Wetzel event, unless he meant chili. Hauser, if you're there, quickly reply to us, because I'm not sure which thing you're a judge
Thanks,
for, but that's
Hauser.
awesome. We love you. You have been watching This Week in Baltimore Eating with Richard Gorelick.
You should plug John's podcast, Rude Cooking School.
Rude spelled Rouxde. Hey, we just won the spelling bee.
You should go.
Outpost. Yes, Outpost, he says.
Cool.
Okay. We are sponsored by Santoni's Marketplace and Catering. Don't miss out on Pit Beef Saturdays at Santoni's every Saturday from 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Santoni's in Glendon will be cooking up mouth-watering pit beef and turkey. Your mom says the waiter brought her extra fudge. Yes, thumbs up to Papa's right now.
One more Pittsburgh recommendation from my old friend Jamie McClelland. Morcilla, Pittsburgh. Morcilla. Pittsburgh.
Okay.
That's Jamie's restaurant.
Cool.
So,
Cool. Yeah. Excellent. All right. So
thanks, Jamie.
This is our new issue. Get it now. For more food fun, sign up for This Week in Baltimore Eating newsletter at jmoreliving.com/newsletters. Have a delicious week. Don't forget to vote.
Yeah, vote.
Bye.